You know that feeling when you've spent hours organizing your space, only to find that somehow you're still overwhelmed by the clutter? Today, I'm going to break down the critical differences between decluttering and organizing your living space, and the real reason why your organized spaces never stay that way. Here's the shocking truth. What you're doing might not even be true decluttering at all. In fact, you might just be organizing your clutter into neat little piles, thinking you're making progress, when really, you're just moving the mess around. So, what's the difference? And more importantly, why does it matter? First off, let's quickly define these two terms because they're often used interchangeably, but they're not the same thing. Decluttering is all about getting rid of things that no longer serve you, whether they're physical items, mental baggage, or even digital junk. It's about making space for what truly matters. Organizing, on the other hand, is about creating a system, a place for everything that's left. But if all you're doing is shuffling clutter from one spot to another, you're not really decluttering. You're just organizing chaos. In this video, I'm going to cover 5 key points. 1. The psychological trap of organizing before decluttering. 2. How to identify the clutter you didn't even realize was there. 3. Why sentimental items are the hardest and how to handle them. 4. The real reason why your organized spaces never stay that way. 5. A simple method to finally break the cycle of clutter for good. And make sure you stick around till the end because I've got an extra tip that's going to help you simplify your life even further. All right, let's dive into the first point. The psychological trap of organizing before decluttering. This is a big one. It feels productive to buy all those storage bins and label makers. But here's the thing. Until you've actually decluttered, you're just creating a prettier version of the problem. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a wound that needs stitches. The clutter is still there, just hidden away, waiting to spill out again. Think about it this way. If you're feeling overwhelmed after organizing, it's because the real problem hasn't been addressed. You need to declutter first. Get rid of the excess before you start organizing what's left. Trust me, the feeling of relief you'll get from actually having less stuff is way better than the temporary satisfaction of a neatly labeled box. And if you're finding this helpful so far, why not subscribe? That way, you won't miss out on more tips to help you on your journey to decluttering, organizing, and minimalism. Next, let's talk about how to identify the clutter you didn't even realize was there. Sometimes clutter isn't just about the things you see, it's also about the things you don't see, or the things you've become so used to that you don't even notice anymore. These are the items that sit on shelves, in drawers, or at the back of your closet, taking up space without adding value. To tackle this, start by asking yourself, when was the last time I used this? Does it serve a purpose? If the answer is no, it's clutter, and it's time to let it go. Now, moving on to sentimental items. These are often the hardest to let go of because they're tied to memories and emotions. But here's a little trick. Ask yourself if the memory is in the item, or if it's in your heart. You don't need to keep every single thing to hold on to the memory. Maybe take a photo of it, write down the story behind it, and then let it go. This way, you keep the memory, but not the clutter. Have you ever noticed that no matter how well you organize, the clutter seems to creep back in? That's because organizing isn't the same as decluttering. The real reason your spaces never stay organized is because you haven't tackled the root of the problem. You're just moving stuff around. The key is to declutter ruthlessly, then organize what's left with intention. Here's a simple method to break the cycle of clutter once and for all. 1 in, 1 out. For every new item you bring into your space, something else has to go. This keeps your belongings in balance and prevents clutter from building up again. If you're committed to creating a clutter-free life, hit that subscribe button so you can continue this journey with me. Decluttering isn't just about creating a beautiful space, it's about creating a space that supports your life and your goals. And as promised, here's that extra tip. Before you even start decluttering, take a moment to visualize the life you want to live in that space. This will guide your decisions and keep you focused on what really matters. Keep growing, keep learning, and always stay true to you. See you in this next video.